but thank you for all the kind notes. She's getting better. Yeah, so she's getting better. So thank you guys. Yeah. I know there were a lot of, every now and again I peek at Twitter. Obviously I wasn't really being active because we were there with the family, but every now and again I peek and just see the most gracious, amazing thoughts and prayers from everybody, so I greatly appreciate it, as does Jen and the family. Thanks, guys. That having been said, we were talking about, to the newbies, and to the oldies, not oldies, but to those who have never been and those who have been many times. Veteran. The more experience, there you go. But I sound like a hussy or something. No, we've talked about what a wonderful, I think no one knew 8 years ago, 9, 7, whenever we started doing these, 13, 14 years ago, our reaction was kind of like Felicia's. We were like, what goes on? Like, what happens? And now, I feel like after dozens of these and just about as many years, we've seen people forge friendships and like meet their best friends, both fans and like seeing Richard and Rob now, like cavorting all over the world, like little sidekicks. That movie's great. So it's just been really cool with like the money raised for charity and then people going to visit different parts I've never got to see before. So welcome to the club, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, gents and actors.
Hello.
This is the first time we've seen you guys since the season finale. Yeah. What y'all think?
That was real rain coming into my eyeballs. It was, that was not supposed. They didn't bring in a rain.
That was not staged rain.
No, that was not staged rain. That was literally the giant crane shot looking, and Phil's like, look up, oh look, I can't. It's real. And rain is falling thousands of feet into my eyeball.
Those weren't tears, that was rain. Here's a funny story.
Dean, what is it? It's rain! In my eyeballs!
Why are you so surprised, Dean? It's been raining for years.
That was a fun scene.
We went out to the middle of nowhere. We went out to like an hour drive away. It's some set that they've used in Twilight, they've used in MacGyver, they've used like in every big production that's come through Vancouver. And so we get out there, we're like, why? And we built the church there. Like, it's not like, oh, we're going out to find this church. It's so beautiful, it's picturesque. Like, we built the church and put it there. We could have built it and put it anywhere. So we're like, it's the last week of shooting, and we're like, we're driving an hour and a half to work. Like, why couldn't we have built this like in Stanley Park or something? And they're like, just wait till you get there. You'll see when you get there. It's this amazing vista and the mountains, and you can just see the trees. We get there, and it's fog. It's all fog.
Phil was very upset.
Everybody was very upset because they had these massive like visual effects shots planned, and literally they had scouted and gone out there to go see this amazing vista, like in the sunshine, and what do they call it, buttery shafts of light or something like that. His word, not mine. But we got there.
It's all Smallville. That was written in the script when no.
No, I think we want to hear. Jensen enters. It's buttery shafts of light.
No, it was I don't know. It's too long.
But we were, needless to say, that was a bit of a downside. But then with Mark Shepard coming in and hitting it out of the park, that was a lot of fun. And it was like a couple days. I know that shirt. Yeah, is it? Awesome. Sorry, I just had the weirdest deja vu. I used to see that the way it was. She has a shirt. Show me your shirt. I used to see that. Season 1, that's the first thing I would see when I came into my trailer because that's the way it was hung. Sorry, how did I do it?
What else are you missing?
Let me see your drawers. It's okay, you don't have to show me. Unless you want, and then we're all family here. No, that's the first thing I'd see when I entered my trailer. Neato.
Good
I said
segue there. Back to the season finale. That was That was an unfortunate, but I think it turned out all right. I think if you guys liked it, then we.
Who went on the tech scout? We're here. You got to see a set that we're not shooting it yet. That y'all got the kind of the first pick. We haven't even seen it yet. We're like, wait a second, we want to see it too. So I guess we shoot there Monday, Tuesday, Friday.
Oh no.
I
Just get picked up and go where they tell me.
We're going to shoot there at some point in time. But was it a restaurant? What was? Okay. Did they tell you what's going to happen?
Did they give you a script?
Was there someone dead? Someone dying? Yes. Just shake your head. Yes. It's probably likely that someone's going to die. It being supernatural and all. And thanks for sticking with us for 9 years, guys.
Who'd have thought?
You did which?
It's been rough.
It has been rough.
You tell me.
Have you died on it? Because I have, and he has. Lots more dying for Sam. And Dean. Maybe we'll kill you again. Come on.
Yeah, why not?
Who should we kill this year? Everybody does.
Everybody's dying this year.
Who?
No, I just have a question.
Oh, question. Shoot.
First, congratulations on becoming.
That's not a question. You tricked me.
Congratulations on your little girl.
Thank you.
She's beautiful.
Thank you.
And congratulations on your little one coming.
Thank you. Yeah.
How do you feel about being a dad? What's it like for you?
Me?
Huh?
What? What?
That's another.
That's another story.
Bob Singer's directing this episode, and he wears glasses. And there was a scene that we were shooting. Was it Thursday or Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
And there's a saying in acting where you feel like you're not doing anything, that you feel like you have egg on your face. So you're like, hey, there's a lot of egg on my face. Like, should we do something? It's just kind of the idea that the camera is staying on you a little bit too long. You're like, I don't know what. There's nothing for me to do. Like I. And so Jensen thought that about one of the shots, and he's like, hey Bob, are you waiting for the third egg to crack on my face or the fourth or what? And Bob, it was kind of late, and so Bob walks over, and for effect, he takes his glasses off. He goes, what? And so we started teasing him, and he's like, I can't see you, where'd you go? Oh, what? He immediately started laughing, he realized kind of how goofy it was. But
And Bob was trying to figure something out, and I was like, hey, Bob, seriously, what are we doing here? Are you gonna wait for the fourth yolk to slide down my face, or you're gonna cue me on the third one? And I guess he wasn't making it. He just takes his glasses off. He looks at me and says, what? Where are you? I'm like, the pause is very long, and when would you like to? And he's like, I can't see you. Put your stupid glasses back on, then, old man. You might be here later. I better watch my eyes.
hey, how's it feel to be a dad?
How does it feel to be a dad? Yes, for those of you who don't know, my wife gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby girl almost 3 months ago. And it is crazy. It's great. This is actually the first weekend that I have not been with her, so I'm a little sad, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. So it's okay. But yeah, no, she's doing great, and she's it's crazy. It really is. Her name is Justice J, and
It just sounds better than injustice.
you know what's funny is our pediatrician was like, well, he's like, allow me to be the first to say, now there's a little justice in this world.
He's
yeah,
like, I want to be the first to say that.
Danielle really liked Justice, and she picked Jay because that's people call me Jay. You know, whenever I don't know, it's kind of a nickname. And like whenever I go to Starbucks or something, they're like, "Can I get your name?" I just say Jay, and it's always Jay written on the cup. So we just decided to use that. Then we can call her JJ. Her name's JJ. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
How did you choose? How did you choose Ackles?
What?
How did you choose the name Ackles?
Well, funny story.
Spin you a tale. Any other questions? We started just jabbering. We haven't seen you guys in a while. Please.
I have a quick one and a long one for you. So the quick one is, are you guys going to Chicago for the filming on episode 20?
We
What
hope
are you
so.
talking about?
We hope so. Can't see you. Right now, that's the plan.
Is it?
Yeah. If everything goes according to plan, yes.
I think that's the hope.
Yeah.
The question is,
For those who don't know, episode 20, it was announced, I guess, at Comic-Con. Episode 20 is going to be the start of the spin-off of Supernatural. Not because they're canceling us, but they just figure, this show seems to be working. Let's see what else we can tell. So episode 20 of this season is going to also
serve as the pilot.
serve as the
episode.
pilot for the spin-off TV show. It takes place in Chicago, so they're hoping to shoot it in Chicago.
Or shoot a portion of it in Chicago. And I think, I was talking to Mr. Singer, and he was like, having the Apollo roll down Michigan Avenue would be worth the price of admission right there. So they're going to try and get us work it out to where we can do that, but it's not a for sure thing yet.
Yeah.
And so my question is for you, Jared. At one point you said that you were greatly influenced by Fountainhead and that your opinion of the book has changed over time. If it isn't too personal, would you be willing to tell us what your first opinion was and what your latter?
Yeah, okay, so this book called The Fountainhead I read when I was shooting New York Minute. That's right. Chew on that.
That's just way too much intellect at one time.
And so, for those not familiar with the book, in the preface it kind of says, man's fountainhead is kind of the lifeblood of society. Not meaning man's ego is the fountainhead of society. Meaning that the harder you work, the better. It's our drive to make things better that has come up with cures for diseases and with technology that we can all be here and call on a phone and talk to our loved ones who are away. And obviously, it's not difficult to imagine how your ego and your drive to be better than you currently are is what kind of makes a lot of the things better. But just as I grew up, I sort of thought there's a place for that. There's a place for the drive to be better, the drive to succeed, the drive to be better than the next guy or the next gal. But now I think as I get older, I see how we're also so bolstered by those around us and how it's not just, life doesn't have to be about trying to beat somebody or it's about being happy, So there's a place for it. There's a place where I think it's important to work hard, to take yourself seriously and try and do better than you had in the past. But I think there's also a time to be happy and grateful and look around and just be grateful for what you got, Yeah, thank you. Way in the back. What up, Meek?
Hey, this question is for Jackson, actually. Sorry, Jared.
Oh,
I was wondering, you've heard you sing a few times and put out some songs. Do you ever think of doing like a solo album or something?
yes he is.
No. No, I've been asked that a few times. For those of you who didn't hear her, she was just asking about music, but I had any plans to record anything. No, I'm an actor. I focus on being an actor.
Slash director slash daddy.
I'd like to introduce you to my personal publicist.
Slash actor slash daddy.
So, no, I don't have any plans to do that. To say that I'll never do it, I don't know, but no, not right. But thank you.
There's another very excited hand over there.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited. Jared, you've got a baby.
Yes, good choice.
You're kind of a daredevil, so we kind of know that. Are you guys looking at things a little differently now? Because when you're a parent, you're not, even just having a wife, you're responsible, but you've got an adult person. You've got little people relying on you. So, how's the daredevil thing going to be going?
I will say that pulling out of the parking lot at the hospital after JJ was born I was going over the speed bumps in the parking lot like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
Is she broken? Is she broken?
You know, driving down the highway back home, it's like, I'm like, drive around me! Oddly enough, 24 hours before that, I was the one honking and flying past people. So, yeah, I didn't expect it to, I mean, that's you know, a bit of an exaggeration, or it was exaggerated that day, for sure. It's lightened up a little bit, but, yeah, I think there's still, you know, part of me that likes excitement, but there's definitely that in the back of the head now. It's like I've got a really big responsibility now, so yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, I think for me too. Who else is a parent out here? Very cool. So y'all know how it is, and then when they start walking, like they're higher than I thought they'd be. You gotta kind of gradually move stuff around. There was about a week or so, and Tom started walking when he was in Rome. And here's a funny story. Jen, I don't know what I was doing, but Jen is out with Tom. All of a sudden we meet up. Oh, she went one way, I went another way. I was going to go look at this book that was in Rome, and she had gone and taken Tom to the Borghese Gardens. And then about 2 hours later, we're meeting up for lunch, and she comes around, and Tom is walking towards me, and he hasn't walked yet. I'm like, there's something you'd like to tell me? And she's like, yeah, there was a pair of really pretty little 4-year-old Italian girls running around. So he decided to go like, all right, time to do this. He started walking, literally. Like he saw some cute little girls running around in little school outfits, and was like, he likes older Italian women, like his daddy. So he started walking, and then when we got back to the States, stuff that was safe was no longer safe. And this is I'm gonna get arrested like by Child Protective Services. I'm a pocket knife carrier. Like I always grew up with pocket knives. You open mail, you open boxes. Like my daddy has a pocket knife. I've always had a pocket knife. And so we're in Texas. And there was like a week right when we got back to Austin, and he started walking, and he hadn't been walking before. There was like a week period there where every time you turned your head, he was about to kill himself. Like whether he had found some stairs that had never existed, or like he's playing with the oven, or now he's in the drawers. And at one point in time, I look around and I have a pocket knife that was sitting on my dresser, and I'm gone for 5 seconds or something. I turn around and he's just like playing it and touching it. It's closed, but I was like, Thomas, hey buddy, can you give that to Daddy? And he gives it to me, and I was like, oh my God! Like had he opened it and cut it, I mean, because he doesn't know. He's like, so that's exactly just like his dad. I can't even argue that. So yes, there was a big learning period. But luckily, now that we have number 2 coming in December, most of the stuff is already cleaned up. I hear also, for those who are parents, or those who are hoping to be sometime, I hear the first baby, everything is like gonna break him. By the time the second one comes around, you're like, oh, whatever. Give him a lighter to play with. Like, kid, that's a clothespine. Here, take a sword. We'll see. And you find out they're not so breakable. Yes. Oh, you know what? Yes. I see. Hi.
Questions for both of you.
Okay.
What if your kids decide to become an actor?
Oh, God.
They decided to become an actor?
Hey. You know, I hope they don't. I hope mine do not become actors. It can be it's a very fickle existence at times, unless you've been exactly. So we've been very, very, very lucky, but I have dear friends who are talented and hardworking and can't catch a break for the life of them. And it can be very, yeah. And so, yeah, so however, if Tom or his siblings loves it, You know, I hope he's happy. I hope they're all happy. Whatever the next ones end up being.
Yeah. I'd probably say, here's $100. Once you go to Vegas, you got a better chance. What's that? Did my dad say that to me?
It was $50.
No, my father, for those of you who don't know, is also an actor. But he was supportive, but he was also very realistic. He didn't, you know, he gave me very, very good advice on how to navigate the rejection, which is inevitable, because being an actor, it's literally a game of numbers. You know, the more auditions you go on, the more people you meet, something's bound to hit at some point, right? But you really got to get out there. But with that, there's a lot of rejection. So you develop a thick skin very quickly, or you have to, in order just to, you know, sleep at night. So he was very helpful in that, but he didn't necessarily give me a monetary limit. He gave me a time limit. He said the deal was I got 6 months, and he would support me for 6 months, and I probably could have renegotiated that. But I was skipping college to do it, so he was like, I'll give you 1 semester, and if nothing happens, you gotta get your butt back to Texas and go to school. And luckily for me, it happened quicker than a lot of people, and that was just the luck of the draw. I mean, I was just being very fortunate. Right time, right place.
You know, I think I've had time to think about it a little bit. For my children, if they love it, and not for the fame or for the glory or for the attention, but they love it, like I did. I was not a cool kid in school by any means. I was too small to play sports because I didn't grow until I was like, hey guys. But I found my escape and I found my identity through acting and through telling stories, through telling somebody else's story. So I loved it. And sure, the allure of, you know, celebrity and whatnot was there as well, but I loved acting. And I think if I had not made it, I think I'd still love it, you know? So if that's where my children stand, then, you know, follow your heart.
Yeah, I think as a parent, you know, you want to encourage your kid in any talent that they possess or that they're passionate about. You know, whether it's acting or shoemaking. You know, it's like if that's something that they are into and that you see that they obviously have a knack for it and a talent for it, then of course you want to encourage that. You know, it's just being supportive, I guess. So no, we'll see. But God, I hope they don't.
We'll see. All right, over here, yes. Oh. Well, at the same time, fight for it.
Still about kids. For those of you who are new and wanted to talk about Supernatural, you've come to the wrong room. This is a seminar on parenting by a couple of rookies. I apologize. Sebastian's next door. Go get your sex talk over there. It was 9 years. It took 9 years for them to be bored of Supernatural. And now it's like, so you guys have kids, right? All right, let's talk about that. Bob somewhere going, what? I can't see you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, actually, it was just I know you could have built protected the kids, but and I know you have a little time to get used to it. They're all.
And you remember being a boy. I guess it'll be just that, just blank. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, at this point, she's still an infant. So it's I haven't started stockpiling weapons just yet. but we'll see how that goes. In fact, Danielle just sent me a picture of her this morning. She's giving her a bath, and she's starting to look like a little lady. It's like really crazy. Like she's really starting to take on her facial features, and it was a bit of a tinge of like, oh crap. So we'll see. I had a little sister who was 7 years younger than me, and I was never really kind of really possessive like some brothers can be, but I was always I always had a watchful eye. So I hope that I can use some of the experience I had with my little sister, apply that to my daughter. We'll see. I might just lock her in a room and not let her out until she's 25. I don't know.
Now I'll go with you.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, Jared. First of all, you were fantastic with the finale. You always did.
Thank you.
Because you looked wrecked by the end of that.
It was. Thank you guys very much. I'm not a method actor by any means, but I decided to not go method, but I kind of wrecked myself. I really
You
did.
stayed in it a bit.
Yeah, I stayed in it a bit. I don't usually do that, but as the show started shooting, and this is, I mean, no bullshit, like, because of you guys, like, y'all have stuck with us so long, it's like, I'm gonna give it more than I've ever given it, because I know people are watching. I know y'all guys have committed so much time and effort to us that I felt like, you know what, here's a chance for me to really sink my teeth into something, and really do it, and not act it, but really feel it, see, and I knew even if I felt miserably, y'all guys would be supportive, so, but I did, I wrecked myself a little bit, I mean, kind of, and I don't know if it was by choice, but I was, like, sleep deprived, and I was no, Tom was a year old at the time. I stayed in it, I took it home, it was that specific, all the church stuff was like a 3-day extravaganza with Mark Shepard and Jensen. And it was difficult. I really did try to sink into it.
And that's you know, for those of you, I mean, looking at it from a bigger picture, it's 23 episodes in a season.
Yeah.
It's like running a marathon, and to then get to the 23rd mile of that marathon and be asked to give a full-out dead sprint,
Right.
and that's what he did. And he finished strong. It was nice. It was good. All right, that's your one compliment of the year.
We need
Legalities that prohibit us from driving because it's a Warner Brothers property, and we can't just like.
So turn off your recording devices.
That's not to say that we haven't, maybe extended the drive down the street a little longer than we should have, and maybe, maybe pulled a power slide or a 180.
Do you remember the time? It was in season 1 or 2 where we were doing donuts and not realizing that rocks were like shooting.
Oh yeah, we came screaming into the
It was they called us for lunch, and Jeff in the car, and he was in his truck or something.